Hello everyone, it's John Benko, the Director of Nursing here at Belfair. It is May the 14th. This is a COVID-19 update coming to you from the health clinic, where when I arrived earlier today, I was screened by our health screener here in the health clinic, and my temperature was 98.2, and I was able to answer no to all of those questions. I point that out because in addition to taking my temperature every day at home, I'm also being screened like everyone is who's coming onto any of the Wingspan properties. So all of our agencies are doing some enhanced screening. We'll talk a little more about that later. But we do want to remind you that even though you're getting screened here, before you come to work, if you're not feeling good, don't wait to be screened. If you're feeling ill, if you've got any symptoms, if you've got a fever, a temperature above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, do not come to work. Follow your call-off protocol. We're doing all this, of course, because we're in the midst of our COVID-19 crisis. This is an ongoing crisis. It will be ongoing for quite some time until we get a vaccine or a cure. This is going to pop up. We know that we're anticipating an increase in numbers. We did very well flattening the curve, right? We didn't overwhelm the health system for those vulnerable out there who could have gotten ill. But we need to keep our precautions up as we go home every day after we leave our essential work, right? We've been coming to work, we go home. We used to go just straight home, maybe a few other emergency things. Now what we have is an open society, right? We have more places to go. We're at greater risk of exposure. With that in mind, we want to keep our standard protocols up. Strict hand hygiene, hand sanitizer, wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds. Clean and sanitize all your flat surfaces, anything that you touch a lot, right? Clean it once or twice a day for sure, and then anytime you use it. Physical distancing whenever you can. Face coverings whenever you're near someone else. We're doing this in public. We need to be doing it here on the campus all the time. Unless there's a clinical implication for the client that you're with, you need to have a face covering. Certainly anytime we're together, anytime we're in public, it's a great idea. My mask protects you, yours protects me, and that keeps the spread down. We need to keep doing that. We do have face coverings. We've given them out. So everyone here should have at least one face covering. Check with your supervisor if you need them. We continue to purchase them. We continue to get volunteers who bring them to us. Cloth face coverings are available for everyone here at the agency. Talk to your immediate supervisor or divisional leader, and we'll make sure that you get a cloth face covering. What are we trying to do with the cloth face covering? I mentioned how your mask protects me, mine protects you. We're trying to keep all of the germs that might be coming out of your face only by your face and not in mine, right? That's a strange way to put it, but if I were to cough or sneeze or somehow get some of my secretions out of my body, we don't want them to get into your body. So in addition to those regular precautions, we don't want to touch our face. We want to keep our hands clean. We want to have social distancing. But if I'm wearing a face covering, if I were to sneeze or cough, that would stop the spread of those germs. Distancing, as well as those face coverings that you can see here in the pictograph, take us from a high risk of exposure to a very low or manageable risk of exposure. And that's where we want to live. We want to live in that mild to low risk of exposure whenever we can. This virus is going to be around for a while, and we need it to be around and not with us. So we want to stay unaffected, and this is how we're going to do it. Please give us your help with that. Wear your face coverings. It's the thing we need to do. It's part of our new normal, and it's safe, and it's what's going to keep all of us essential workers doing this essential work. I do want to mention just briefly gloves. We know that a lot of people like to use gloves. Gloves are a task-oriented piece of personal protective equipment. If you need to do something and you need to wear a glove, please go ahead. But gloves are a flat, hard surface, just like your desk or your, a flat non-porous surface, just like your desk or your keyboard or that doorknob or that light switch. So germs will stay there. Use your gloves if you have to for one task, but that's it. Do not be wearing gloves around. It's a task-oriented thing. They come on, they come off. Right before you put them on, you wash your hands. Right after you wash your hands. Good hand hygiene is certainly the protective measure you need. Gloves if you need them, but let's not wear gloves all day, and let's not wear them for more than one task. Just want to point that out because we have been having some issue with gloves, and we just need to stop it. It's a dangerous thing because you can hold gloves on those, hold germs on those gloves, and then you move those germs around. So please be cognizant of that. We did talk a little bit about screening today, right? Wingspan as an organization has instituted some enhanced screenings on all of their properties. So anytime anyone comes onto any property, we want to make sure that we're screening them and screening them correctly. And we need people to be screened so that we know whether or not they're at a higher risk of spreading the infection so we can keep everyone safe and healthy. With that in mind, all of you know who your health screener is. You need to report to that health screener every day. You need to answer those questions. We're asking you if you've been sick, if you've had a fever. If we're doing this in person, when you're walking onto one of our properties, we're taking your temperature. We're asking you about symptoms. Symptoms have changed. As we get better science and we know what these symptoms are, we're going to ask you those questions. These are the questions we're going to be asking you. We need you to respond to those. Our goal is that everyone being screened answers no, right? Once they answer no, we know they're clear and they're here. If you answered yes, and we want you to be honest, right? Those questions are yes or no. You don't have to tell us anything about your health other than yes or no when we ask you the questions that are pertinent for the screening. If you answered yes, out of an abundance of safety, we're going to ask you to go home. There's some paperwork for you. We'll do what we can to work with you. It's just important that you isolate yourself if you're having these symptoms and that you return to work after all those have expired, right? You won't have a fever for 72 hours. You won't have any of those other symptoms that might be associated with that for at least a day or so. So that guidance is available. Again, we just don't want sick people to be here. And we also want you to take care of yourself. If you're not feeling good or you're ill, we need you to stay at home because we need you to get better, because we have a lot of work to do here and we need your help in doing it. So keeping that in mind, I want to remind everybody that we're going to keep our precautions up. If you need help or instruction, or if I can provide some guidance to you or help you train your coworkers, reach out through your leadership, go up the chain of command. I will make arrangements to either make a video for you guys to use, or I'll come out and talk to you whenever I can. Right? We want to wear our masks, stay clean, be screened, help each other be screened, and help each other stay safe. I keep mentioning that this is going to go on for a while because we just don't know when there'll be an end in sight. There's a lot of people on this world. A lot of them have been infected. This disease will continue to move around. It's very difficult to control it. And so this is with us, and with it comes stress, right? This is a unilateral stress. We're stressed every day. I can tell you that 2 months ago, my job, 3 months ago, really, my job changed tremendously, just as all of yours has. So we don't even remember what normal used to be like. This is our new normal, and we know it can be difficult. So take a moment, take a breath, right? We want to relax. Let the stress go. Let's spread kindness, not virus. Okay, we've got all these precautions, we've got all the screening, we've got a lot going on, but let's be kind to each other. Everyone you're talking to is going through a global pandemic, and this is hard. If you need help with that stress, certainly do what you know how to do, but if you need additional help, we have it for you. It's out there. Plenty of community resources. We also have the Employee Assistance Program. Reach out through HR, your supervisor, or reach out to me at bankoj@wingspancg.org. So please cooperate with the screening. Help us keep everyone healthy. Help us keep our campuses and all of our offsite properties healthy. And let us continue to do this essential mission that we do. I'm humbled daily looking at the work you guys are doing. You're doing it great. We're helping a lot of families, and certainly you should be proud of that. Let me know how I can help you. In the meantime, I'm going to ask you to just look after each other, spread kindness, not virus. Wash your hands and stop touching each other. Have a great day.